Hi, this is Sorshi here again from Creative Balance with me. And this class will focus on taking your awareness towards your core. But it does not mean that we'll only work with the stomach muscles around. It means that we would like to engage the whole body, feel into our strengths and weaknesses, and a little bit also sense in to what it means to bring the body together for one purpose regarding strength. So let's start it, but before we start, closing your eyes, having your comfortable cross-legged seat, and just relax your body down. Closing your eyes, breathing well, grounding. Finding your breath is one part of finding your core. The breath is the fuel of our strength. So feeling into the lower abdomen to be engaged, but expanding the upper part of the abdomen above the navel, allowing the tummy and the chest to expand. Taking 2 more full cycles of breath there. And now let's go through the elements of your deep core, which preserve energetics as well. So taking your awareness to the pelvic floor. And first time taking your awareness towards the area of the anus and try to engage it, separating it from the rest of the pelvic floor. Engaging it with the inhale and with the exhale holding it there. And while softly breathing, keep this engagement. Now easing out the area of the anus, softening the whole surface of the pelvic floor, and try to engage a little bit the front part. So where the genitals and the urinary organs are, gently lifting that area, drawing up and in, and trying to separate it from the rest. I'm closing my eyes because it's easier to feel in when your eyes are closed. Drawing it in and keeping it in while you breathe softly. And then slowly easing out that area and softening the whole surface of the pelvic floor. And finally, I would like to take you closer to what it means to have your Mula Bandha. So we will try to find the area in between these last two. So in between the anus area and the front part, urinary and genital area. And what is in between, just giving the light lift to that area. Behind that area is what we would like to engage. And you will feel when you lift that area, there is no such an engagement as squeezing. It is a gentle lift. So this is what we would like to maintain and have. The next element is your other energetic log, the Uddiyana Bandha, which is towards the navel. And again, keeping your eyes closed, keeping your Mula Bandha, the pelvic floor engagement, and just drawing your navel up and in. And then you will feel that there is a seal and a lift even in the spine when you engage these two. This will be the base of our work today. And then slowly you can open your eyes, pulling a couple of times if you need. And we will start with a little bit of energetic involvement of the tummy. So we will do with a few rounds of Kapalabhati breathing. What we would like to do, sealing our seat as firm as possible, grounding, and trying not to move the shoulders as well. So being upright. First I show for a couple of rounds and then we will do together one long round. So we'll be focusing on the exhale and the inhale will happen on its own. But obviously for the first inhale, we will have to fill up the lungs to start the process. So I will be inhaling and then starting. So you are pulsating the tummy in, but try to seclude this pulsation only to the tummy. The rest of the body will have a minor movement, obviously. It's very forceful action, but the majority of the body is resting. So here we go, are together. Inhale deeply and start. And slowly release, soften out, and just feel in the sensations around the tummy. Taking 2 more full cycles of breath here. And then from here, we will be moving towards standing up. So from your seated pose, lifting your hand up high, finding the tallness, the length, and then folding forward, unwinding your legs, finding your all fours first. And the first and foremost is to find your core in every situation. So let's find it in our easy posture as well. So tucking your pelvis in and drawing your pubic bone a bit more towards down to the ground will help you to find that engagement. And try to ease into the pelvic floor as well. So gentle lift in between the area of the anus and the genitals. From there, pressing your hands into the ground and then hovering your knees off the ground and still keeping this hovering. Feel into the tummy. Your thighs might be feeling the movement as well. And then when you feel ready, slowly starting to straighten the knees, pressing into the arms and breathe. Trying to not lose that tummy engagement, not poking our bum out and not even curving our back. So a straight spine, maybe with a bent knee. And with your next inhale, walking yourself forward, stepping your feet together, bending your knees enough to sit as if you are sitting on a chair. And then core engagement there, long spine, palms touch. The touching of the inner thighs, the engagement of the inner thighs and touch of the palm helps you to find that deep core support. And with your next inhale, slowly standing up tall. Here we are, ready for our sun salutations. We will be doing just 4 rounds today. Feel free to do double it or extra rounds if you are living in a country which is really cold. Here we go. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the floor, rise into your chair pose. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale into a halfway lift. Exhale, step back, flow through your version of chaturanga, maybe in the knees down. Inhale, lift into your cobra or upward dog, and exhale into your downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up, step it forward. Exhale, the left heel down. Inhale to rise. Exhale to twist to the right. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, hands down, step back, your version of chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting your left leg up, stepping it forward. Exhale, right heel down. Inhale to rise. Exhale to twist. Inhale, coming back to the center. Exhale, hands down, step back, your version of chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. 5 full cycles of breath here. Anytime you feel that it's already challenging for you, instead of messing up your breath, drop the knees and slide into your child pose. 1 more full cycle of breath. With your next inhale, looking forward, stepping, hopping or walking forward, create length, and exhale to fold. Inhale to bend the knees, rise into chair pose, and exhale, stand tall. Second round, inhale. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, flow through your version of Chaturanga. Inhale, upward over cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg. Step it through. Exhale, left heel down. Inhale to rise. Exhale to twist. Inhale to come back. Exhale, hands down, step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg up, step it through. Exhale, the right heel down. Inhale to rise. Exhale to twist. Inhale, come back. Exhale, hands down, step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward over cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Two more. With your next inhale, look forward, step up or walk forward, create length, and exhale to fold. Inhale, bend the knees, rise into chair pose, and exhale, Samasthiti. 2 more rounds left, dancing warrior. Inhale, hands go high. Exhale to forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, your version of Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg lift, step it through. Exhale into your runner's lunge. Inhale to rise. Exhale to open. Inhale, reverse warrior 2. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, coming back to the center. Exhale, hands down, step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg up, step it through. Exhale into your runner's lunge. Inhale to rise. Exhale to open. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, coming back to the center. Exhale, hands down, step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. 5 breaths there. Catching up with your breathing. One more breath. With your next inhale, looking forward, stepping or hopping forward, create length, exhale to fold. Inhale to rise, lengthen, exhale, standing up. Last round. Inhale, hands high. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward over cobra. Exhale, downward facing. Inhaling the right leg up, step it forward. Exhale into your runner's lunge, inner thighs engaged. Inhale to rise. Exhale, open warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, elbow to knee side angle. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands down, your version of Chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra, and downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up, step it forward. Exhale, comfortable runner's lunge. Inhale to rise. Exhale to open. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, hands down, step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths there. As I said, if it's too much, dropping your knees, slide into your child's pose, and join back us with the last breath. 2 more breaths. With your next inhale, look forward, step, hop or walk forward, create length, exhale to fold. Inhale to rise, lift, lengthen, and exhale, Samasthiti. Finding with your hands on the side, the ground for yourself. So feeling the ground well, connecting all the four corners. Little toe mound, outer edge of your foot, big toe mound, center of the heel. If it is easier to feel in for you, try to find the outer edges of your heel. And then from there, lifting the kneecaps up to make sure your knees are micro-bent. After that, you can relax back down, maintaining that micro-bending. And then try to be aware of your inner thighs. If it is needed, then bringing your feet together and gently try to press the inner thighs together. With that, engaging your pelvic floor, just as we discussed at the start of the class. Drawing the Mula Bandha in, then the navel to spine and up, Uddiyana Bandha in. And here we are, finding our center, the very center of the body. And then from here, we will be moving further. So moving your hands onto the waist and grounding your right leg down. Try to find that same centeredness as on two legs. Bringing your knee to the chest. Drawing it as close as possible, flexing your foot is helping in the process. Taking 2 more full cycles of breath. Inhale there. Exhale, straighten your knee. Inhale there. Exhale, step your legs together. Inhale, bend the knees, reach the floor, rise into your chair pose. Holding it there for 5 full cycles of breath. If you need to, shuffle the feet together, press the thighs together to feel into that center line. The deep strength you already have without compromising on the breathing. So breathe into your chest. 1 more breath there. Inhale there. Exhale, palms touch. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twisting to the right. From here, you have 2 options. Either holding here or releasing the elbow closer to the thigh and sucking the tummy in. Taking 1 more breath there. With your next inhale, you will look down to the ground. With the exhale, stepping your left leg back. Grounding well before rising. With your inhale, rising up to the center. Exhale to ground. And then, releasing your hands to the side. With your next inhale, rotating your foot to the side and releasing the heel down, shuffling around to find your warrior 2. Inhaling there, exhaling to sink deeper. And now, bending your elbow. Elbow comes to the knee. But as you see, if I remove it, I'm not collapsing on it. So trying to keep up this. Taking your hand to face up towards the sky, as if somebody is pulling you up, hold it there. And you have the option here to let your palm and hand just hang there with the strength of your torso. 1 more full cycle of breath. Inhale there. Exhale, tip your fingers down. Here we have options. So option number 1 is, if you can ground your palm down, you can straight away step into your side plank. If you are not at your strength at the moment, then releasing the tips of the fingers, squeezing your knee to the chest, stepping back, shuffling your palm under the shoulder, and then opening, maybe even taking your bottom leg forward to support you. Choose the variation. 1 more full cycle of breath. Inhale there. And with the exhale, windmill the hands down and just find your high plank. Feel free to drop your knee if this is how far you can go today. 2 more breaths there. Inhale there. Exhale into your downward facing dog. Taking 1 more full cycle of breath there. With your next inhale, lifting your right leg up and stepping it through. Releasing your left knee down. Inhale there and exhale there. With your next inhale, moving the top of your palm of the right hand on the top of your thigh. And then twisting with the exhale. Squaring your pelvis, so not letting the pelvis to come up, squaring it down and forward. And then from there, we will climb with the left hand on the right thigh. So bringing the elbow there, pressing the palms to touch. This might be how far you are going. We are holding it here for 3 more full cycles of breath. And then from here, maybe you will be holding a little bit longer or lifting the knee up off the ground. And then all of us will lift the knee off the ground, and with the next inhale, lifting ourselves up into our high lunge. And then option number 1, keeping your hand extended. Option number 2, drawing the palm to the chest. And then option number 3 will be to tipping the fingers down to the ground. So from here we will be leaning forward with your next exhale. Hand can be extended at the chest or tipping forward. Try to suck in the belly and then slowly climbing up on the leg, finding your warrior. If you are tipping your hands down, that's also fine, but suck in the belly and hold it there for 2 more full cycles of breath. Inhale there, and with the exhale, stepping your feet together and standing tall at the center. Releasing your arms down, and we will be going for our second side now. So again, just make sure you are grounding. That's the base to find the strength throughout the whole body. If you just work with the tummy, it will not help. You will not feel that engagement. 1 more breath. And then moving your weight onto your left leg and holding on to the waist with your hands. And then drawing your knee to the chest. Try to draw it as high as possible. Flexing your foot makes it easier. And 1 more full cycle. Inhale there. And with the exhale, release it down. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the floor, rising to your chair pose. If you feel that your arms are troubling you, you can always draw the palms together at the heart center. Do not round, keep the chest open. But at the same time, tummy is engaged. 1 more full cycle of breath. If your hands are extended, draw them to the chest. Inhale there. And with the exhale, twisting towards your left side. Here you have the option again. So if it is very hard to reach, then just hover here. Else, twisting and touching the knee. With your next inhale, you take your gaze down, and then with the exhale, stepping your right leg back this time. One more full cycle of breath. With your next inhale, rising up, first grounding, And with your next exhale, rotating your back foot to come and hands to the side down. Again, inhale to lengthen. And exhale, elbow to knee. Again, there is no weight on that thigh. And then extending the hand up as if somebody pulled you up, and maybe hovering the arm down at the inner edge of your foot. Taking one more full cycle of breath there. And then taking your gaze down, tipping the finger down and see how your hip feels. If it is okay, grounding your hand down and stepping back into your side plank. If you are struggling, both hands down, pulling your leg back. Make sure you are stable and then opening, maybe tipping the top leg front. 2 more full cycles of breath. Inhale there. Exhale, find your high plank. Inhale and exhale there. Of course, there is an option for a lower variation. Two more breaths. Inhale there. Exhale, press into your downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale there. Then with your next inhale, lifting your left leg up, stepping it forward, and exhaling the right knee down. First grounding there, and then moving your left hand on the top of the left thigh. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist. And then from here we will come into an elevated version. So bringing your elbow on the thigh and pressing it together. If that was too much on the other side, even the forearm can work. Holding it here for 2 more full cycles. And then from there, you can either stay here or lifting the back knee off the ground. One more breath there. And then with the inhale, all of us lift our back knee off the ground. And then from there, rising up to the center. And here we will have again the option. Option number 1, extended hand. Option number 2, palms touch. Option number 3, when you fold, tipping the fingers down. So first, we will be just hovering forward, pressing that back leg forward, grounding with the front one. And then here are your versions: extended hand, or the hand I have, and leaning forward, or tipping the fingers down and rather focusing on the engagement than on the balance. One more full cycle of breath there. With your next inhale, slowly rise up, step your feet together, and exhale there. Releasing your hands to the side, and then come to the front of the mat. I will show from the side so I'm more visible, but you may be at the front of your mat, and create enough space in between your legs. Let your feet come into a 30 to 45 degree angle. And then from there, inhale, lift up, palms touch. Exhale, sitting down. See if you have tight hips or any kind of hip issue. This is where you might stop, or tipping the fingers down. If you are the type who has some flexibility, you can release the bum down and palm touch. Make sure that you are not collapsing. So we don't want to sit like this. We want energy and power there. Grounding the foot and lifting the inner arch up. Taking 2 full cycles there. And then from there, you have different variation of exit. If you were here and your bum is quite close to the ground, you just let the knees to come together and you will sit. If you are quite high up, you will be releasing your Hands down, dropping the knees down, and sitting down on the ground. And then we find ourselves sitting on the ground, and we will go into our nice boat posture. So make sure that you get the hold of the back of the thigh to start with. Suck in the belly, lengthen the spine. And then this is your base. So this is what we don't want to modify. What we can modify is we will be leaning back on our bum and letting the legs come up into 90 degrees so the shin is parallel to the ground. Flexing your foot is helping to engage. And then think as if there is something in between your legs. Maybe even grab a pillow and put it there and try to squeeze. Don't forget about your pelvic floor, lower abdomen, navel up and in. And then maybe your hands can be extended. And you hold it there without an issue. Maybe your hands can move up. 2 more full cycles of breath. Inhale there. Exhale. Release your left leg down and twist towards your right side. Getting the hold of the outer foot, the outer shin, or maybe the outer leg, depends on the flexibility. Inhale there and exhale to twist. 1 more breath. With your next inhale, swinging your hands forward. And if you need, get the hold of the back of the thigh, join the legs. Inhale, create that length. Exhale, maybe go deeper and extend the leg. Maybe staying there or maybe just trying to hold without the hand. 2 more full cycles of breath. 1 more. Inhale there. And with the exhale, bend the knees, release the right leg this time. Twist towards the left. Get the outer foot, shin or knee, and twisting there, enjoying your variation of the pose. 2 more breaths. With your next inhale, taking your hand forward, hands up, and then last round, squeezing your legs together, and see if you can go for the last, the hardest. Do not shake. If you are shaking, change for any variation that makes you to feel comfortable. 1 more full cycle of breath. Inhale there. And with the exhale, slowly letting your leg come down and finding your upright position. And then from there, sliding forward, come quiet close to your heel, and then lay back down. From here, I would like you to flatten your lower back down completely on the ground. And then from there, extending the legs up towards the sky. And just holding it for 1 more full cycle of breath. And then from there, you will be lifting the chest up while the shoulder blades, the bottom of the shoulder blades are grounding. So lifting up and grounding the bottom of the shoulder blades. This requires you to engage the whole length of your core of the tummy. 1 more breath. Inhale there and exhale, release yourself down. Bring the palms to the side. Inhale there and exhale. Slowly let the legs come slowly down and then pick them up. Make sure that the flatness of the lower back is not changing. Exhale there. Inhale to bring it up. Exhale down 2 more times. Bring it up. Just bring that far down as far you can. Pick it up without any tension and shaking. And then stopping there, and we will add all this together. So with your next inhale, lifting the chest up, and with the exhale, let the legs come as far down as it is available for you to hold without shaking. 2 more full cycles of breath. Inhale there. And with the exhale, knees bent and laying down on the ground. From here, extending your right hand and roll a little bit onto your right side. Having your arm in a 90 degree and bend your right leg. You can have the thigh quite parallel to the top one or a little bit further up. Trying to square your body to the side. And then from there, grounding the back leg. With your next inhale, tipping the fingers forward and lifting yourself up. So both the legs are down, just the torso is away. Reaching high. And then your last move is lifting also the top leg up. And then reaching in two directions. Sucking in the belly, reaching. And then those of you who want to do a little bit of extra core work, change the legs, so ground the back leg and lift the bottom one and squeeze it towards the chest. 2 more breaths. Inhale there, and all of us with the exhale, release. And then from there you will be rolling onto your tummy and finding your Sphinx position. So the feet, knees ground, forearms down, chest open, lower abdomen engaged. Resting for 1 more breath before we go for the second side. And then rolling onto your left side, allowing your left hand to come into a 90 degree, and then bending your left knee, grounding your right leg there. You will need to move a little bit the elbow closer in, because when you press up, then the stance will be corrected here. And then here we go with the inhale, tipping the fingers, lifting ourselves up, extending the hand. This can be your variation, staying as long as we hold just here. Or lifting your leg up and stretching into 2 directions. Or maybe you will change the setup, ground the back leg a lot, and then lifting up, squeezing your bottom knee to the chest, pressing up and holding there. Inhale there, and with the exhale, all of us release down, and again finding our Sphinx posture. Taking 2 more full cycles of breath. And then from there, sliding your palms under your shoulder. Tucking your pelvis in, so your pubic bone is grounding down. And then from there, you have many hand variations. Option number 1, hands, fingers tip back. Option number 2, arms are on the side, tipping on the ground or elevated. Option number 3, arms forward. Inhale to lift the chest, exhale, lift the legs. Two more full cycles. 1 more. Inhale there and exhale. Release your hands down, just resting a little bit. One more breath. And then from here, bending your knees. And if you have tight legs, tight front body, then extending your hand and just holding it there, lifting yourself up, maybe interlacing the fingers while flexing your foot and pressing up. If you can get the hold of your foot, shin, ankle, then you will ground back your forehead and inhale to press the legs up. Exhale, open the chest. Inhale, press. Exhale, open. Last time, inhale, press. Exhale, open. Inhale there. And with the exhale, slowly releasing down. And again, finding a little rest. And from here, we'll be coming with the palms under the shoulder, tucking the toes in and pressing yourself into all fours. And from there, coming into kneeling. Finding your setup for your camel pose. So grounding your knees down well. Make sure that your thighs are so firm that it is super tight. And then with the bum, pressing the pelvis forward. So your bum is not clenched, it is engaged. Your inner thigh is engaged. So as if something is squeezed in between your legs, this is what we would like to have the sensation. And then from here, inhale, lift the hand up, squeeze the lower abdomen in, and then expand the chest. From there, slowly releasing the arms down, and either interlace the fingers or hands on the waist. Or if you are a flexible type, feel free to get the tips of the fingers down. Breathe into your chest. With your next inhale, releasing yourself up. And with the exhale, sitting back down on the heel and rolling onto one side of the leg and extending your legs forward. And then from here, inhale to lift the hands up and exhale, slowly bow forward. Maybe just getting the shin where you feel that you can no longer go with a straight spine further. Maybe you can get the toes, maybe even folding. Holding for 3 more full cycles of that. With your next inhale, lifting yourself up. With the exhale, coming back to the center. Inhale to bend your knees. With the exhale, moving your bum really close to your heel. And then laying back down. We will be going onto a supine twist. If you have your favorite, obviously, take that one. As just extending first the left leg and then bending the right knee. Shuffle your bum a little bit towards the right, then guide your right knee across towards the left side. Extending your right hand on the side and allowing the tummy to stretch. This time, let the gravity do the stretch. We want a passive stretch. Taking 3 more full cycles of breath, getting into the sense of relaxation over. And your next inhale, taking that leg back up, grounding down, moving back to the center, then bending the left and extending the right. And then bending a little bit more, shuffling to the side towards the left, and then helping that left knee to come towards the right. You can move with the gears as well if it feels good. And taking 3 more full cycles. Do not struggle anymore. Breathe. And with your next inhale, coming back to the center, grounding down, shuffling back to the center, and bring both the soles of your foot to the ground and gently tuck in the pelvis. You do not flatten your lower back this time, just extending the legs towards the sky. If you are practicing yoga for a while, feel free to use this inversion time for your shoulder stand, or maybe even your headstand or forearm balance, whichever you feel like practicing at the moment. If you are not practicing for long, you don't practice with me, or in general you are at home and never tried, then stay with this variation. It is bringing the same benefits, inviting a different flow of blood to the feet. Taking 3 more full cycles of breath here. With your next inhale, lengthen up the legs towards the sky. And with the exhale, draw the knee to the chest. Inhale to take the knees towards the armpit. Get the hold of your outer foot or maybe inside the shin. And just let the legs come towards you. Trying to stretch out, they work as well. 2 more full cycles of breath. And with your next inhale, bringing the knees to the chest. Hug yourself into really compact, tiny ball. Tense the whole body. And then slowly releasing down to the ground. Opening yourself for your final relaxation. Resting your torso down first. Relaxing the tummy. This time release your Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Soften the whole length. Soften the area of the chest, the whole length of the back, all the 4 limbs, including feet and hands. Soften the shoulders, the jaw, the eyebrow center. And let the mind relax. And see if you can release every tension from the body. Let the wave of breath flow through you. Staying in your Shavasana as long as you wish to. Feeling in to the changes we created. Feeling in to the sensations your body wishes to send towards you. Noticing, observing the mind as well. Relaxing, releasing and resting. And coming out on your own whenever you feel like. I hope we'll meet again. Thank you.